Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be speaking with you about week 4 of the Secrets of the Elite Woman course. If you're new here, hello, my name is Nicole. I typically post videos on this channel that teach you how you can maybe DIY some parts of your level up journey at home. So then when you go and see those professionals, you can really hit the ground running because you've done the fundamentals, you've done kind of the beginner at home work at home. So then when you see them, you're just ready to go. So if that sounds like something of interest to you, I would love if you took the second to consider subscribing to this channel. Now, this week was massive. I feel like I start these videos all the same way. And if you haven't seen the previous weeks, I have them linked throughout this video for you. Furthermore, if you just head to my channel, you'll see an entire playlist of all of the videos that I've made thus far. And you will see all of the videos that I am going to make in the future because there's so much information in this program that I could not tackle all of it in one video. So to hold myself accountable, I'm going to be making follow-up videos showing you how I implement the things that I've learned that fit my lifestyle, and maybe you can gain some education and information from that. Although I'm very aware that not all of you will live the same lifestyle as me, have the same body type as me, have the same skin color as me, so some of these things will be applicable to you and maybe some of them may not. So keep that in mind for future videos, and if this is the first video you're coming across, do know that there's other videos that you can go and use as a resource as well. That being said, in this lesson this week there was so much that Anna covered as usual. I said this previously, but quite honestly, I think that they could have broken up this program into more weeks, like maybe a 8-week program or even a 12-week program. And I know some of you have commented saying, you know, we do have lifetime access to this course, and that's so true, but this was my thought process on it. She waited to open the doors, and if, you know, we have this student community and she was wanting us to like go through the program together, like that's why these modules are being drip fed to us. It would be nice to use all of the functions and all of the aspects of the course at the same time. But when there's so many video lessons, it's a bit challenging to get through all the video lessons, implement it, the workbook, the podcast, the student forum, etc., plus do the work or whatever it is that we need to do in our regular everyday life. So that's why for me personally, even though I know I have lifetime access to this, I'm not stressed about it, but I do think that maybe if these modules were broken down a little bit more, we could use some of the other parts and the other resources of the program. Now, she did cover fashion in this particular week. She covered beauty, and there was something else that she covered, but I'm just going to be covering the different elite beauty tips that she gave us, because I think for me personally, with my previous experience as a beautician, if you're new here, you may not know I used to be a hairstylist, then I got arthritis, and so I then moved to other things in the beauty industry, and this is when I was living in Canada. So when I moved over to the UK, I haven't worked in the beauty industry in regards to working on clients, but I have been working as a beauty blogger, a beauty and fashion blogger. So that's primarily what I do. But with saying all of that, there was a lot to cover in this particular week. And I want to start with going through the beauty standards of the elite women that Anna kind of walks us through, because that has been what I have been working on the last few years in my particular life the most. And I'll be able to show you some of the examples of that. Now, as I previously said in other videos, I'm not going to be going into everything that Anna discusses. I just don't think it would be very ethical for me to give away all of her course module, but I am going to be going over some of the things that she talks that are elite parts of a beauty routine for an elite woman. So the first thing that she touches on is hygiene and perfume, and I think that it is, you know, people think, really, hygiene? She touched on hygiene, but how many times do you see people where you're like, maybe you could have washed your hair today or maybe, you know, maybe we should have like gone and had a shower. And I see this very often with some of my, you know, content creator peers where I'm like, you literally look like I should put you in the bath and scrub you down. Or, you know, I know it's a task and a half to, you know, wash your hair and blow dry it and then put the extensions in, etc. I get it, but the way that Anna talks us through this in the program is if you are taking your hygiene and your beauty routines of the mindset of this is like a discipline, then you really shouldn't, you should just be getting into the habit of it. You shouldn't be thinking like, oh, I've got to work up, you know, the courage to wash my hair. You should really just be taking that with the utmost like discipline and respect for yourself. And I know that's something that actually for me, I have made a massive shift with, because I often sit and think, you know, I'm just sitting at this computer throughout the week. Why should I do my hair, or why should I, you know, wash and blow dry it and all of that? For me personally, how I have found this to work in my life is is the days where I might not see anybody besides my husband, you know, for 3-4 days out of the week, I have been washing my hair, but then wearing it in a sleek low bun and not necessarily having it blow dried and out. And then more so on weekends, I have it blow dried and curled and I'm wearing it out like this. Now, as the world starts to open up again, I probably will start blow drying my hair and whatnot throughout the week. And it's just now a discipline that I have. But I've said it in other videos, and even before I watched this particular, you know, course or this part of the course, if you want a glow up, if you want the quickest thing to make yourself look better, that is having better hair. And whether that is, you know, you're washing it and that's what is making it look better, whether that means you're getting some extensions like myself and making it look better, you will take yourself 10 notches higher if you take care of your hair. Now, touching on that, like even a little bit more, having good hair doesn't just mean having extensions. It also means getting regular haircuts. I know so many girls where I see them and they get extensions in, but you really can see the difference between their extensions because their natural hair is so fried that there's no harmony between the extension and their natural hair. Now, one of the things that Anna touches on is the fact that she said this even on her YouTube channel, is that she really looks for Russian hair because that gives the most, is the closest texture to her own hair. I will say that's something that is really hard for me to find personally because my hair is very fine. I'm mixed race, and so finding someone with my texture hair is quite difficult. And some of the previous videos where I have put up like years ago on this channel reviewing hair extensions, a lot of people are like, oh no, like, you know, you got extensions that are too thick. And I got the lowest weight of extensions, but what they are actually picking up on is the fact that there is a bit of texture difference between my hair and the extension. So I can't find anyone at this moment in time that has my exact texture, but it'll be something that I look out for. Now, the next elite grooming ritual that Anna really suggests that we implement as a part of our beauty routine is sleep. I did create a video where I explained to you guys how I have been getting better sleep myself, and I'll actually link it right here for you. And there's a few things that I have found that has worked for me. Furthermore, Anna dives deeper into that in this particular lesson. I don't think anything that she told me personally was revolutionary. However, there are small little different hacks that she does speak to in this particular lesson. For me personally, the biggest thing that helps me sleep a little bit better is when the room is cold. I actually, before I moved to England, I always, every single night, I slept with a fan on, but my husband doesn't sleep as well with the fan on. So what do you do when one person doesn't like something and one person likes something? So I've gotten a little bit more used to sleeping without the fan on, but if I absolutely feel like I need it, then I'll just put the fan on. Furthermore, the last few days we've been sleeping with the window open and I have slept better than I have in months, and I feel like so revitalized. Now, the next section of videos, Anna goes into how she prioritizes certain parts of a beauty routine, but she does, you know, teach you and tell you a way where you can analyze maybe this isn't the first priority. So for example, the first priority that she mentions is hair. We should be prioritizing our hair because, as I just mentioned, like, your hair can give you an immediate glow up. So obviously there's the hygienic portion of, you know, doing your hair and washing it, but then also there's other things that you can get done to your hair that's going to make it look better, like extensions, like hair color, etc. And she goes into the different types of services that she gets done for her hair and how she gets her hair colored. For me personally, there's a few things that I have adapted into my beauty routine in regards to my hair, and you're gonna laugh because back in Canada, a lot of my friends were hairstylists because I went to hair school and I worked as a hairstylist, and the person who did my hair up until the day that I moved over to England was one of my teachers in hair school. And it is a little bit challenging when you're not used to paying for your hair and you have your friends doing your hair, and then to move and then be paying premium prices for it. But that being said, we've also been in a lockdown, so my husband has actually been the person to cut my hair. I just get a blunt cut, and even if I was going into salon, I get a blunt cut. And the reason for this is because my hair is so fine, it breaks very easy. So you know when you go into a salon and they'll like shatter the ends? If a hairstylist shatters my ends, my hair just looks more broken because those shattered ends in about 2 months time is gonna get shattered anyways from the natural breakage of my fine hair. So when I go get my hair cut, I don't get any layers. I literally just get a straight blunt across cut. So for me personally, hair salons have been closed, and for me to be paying upwards of 80 pounds for someone to cut across, I haven't stomached that one just yet. Now, I will be going to get my hair done and I will be going and seeing a professional. I just am waiting for a few things. Now, the next thing that has really helped my hair is no bleach. Now, my hair is naturally black, just like an off black, as you can see. And I did last get it highlighted, which is like the browner pieces that you're seeing through here. I did last get it highlighted just before I got married. And when I got it highlighted, I had artificial color on my hair. So there was no way that they were going to be able to highlight my hair without using bleach. Now, be it that my hair is almost completely grown out, I think it's like down to here, I've got virgin hair now. I am going to let my natural color grow completely out, and then I am going to go get my hair highlighted again, and then I'm going to keep up the regular routine of that. So I'm kind of biding my time right now with my hair, because I don't feel like majority of people are going to be like, yeah, I can tell that her husband has cut it. It is pretty even, and furthermore, I'm wearing extensions or it's in a low bun, so no one really sees that. Now, when I start getting it highlighted again, then I probably, you know, will, well, not probably, I obviously have to go invest in someone doing my hair. Then I will keep up with like regular trips into the hair salon. Furthermore, I don't expect to have as much damage, because when my hair is virgin and I get it highlighted with just color and not bleach, there won't be as much damage. So that's kind of where I'm at in my hair journey. Now, that said, I actually still trim my hair every 3 months. For me, with fine hair, I find that if I push it any longer than 3 months, I get a lot of breakage. So literally like this much just gets taken off my ends every 3 months, and I find it keeps it feeling fresh and being healthy, and it's actually the longest it has ever been in my entire life. And so I'm really excited to see how long I can grow it. Furthermore, I just get extensions for the thickness. I don't get them for necessarily the length. So I feel like, this is my prediction, I feel like when my hair grows really long, I probably won't wear extensions whilst I'm in the house. I will wear my hair down, I'll wear it like long, I'll just put in the extensions when I am wanting to go out and wanting it to look a little bit thicker. Now, Anna does go into the different types of extensions. For me personally, I won't be going into that, but the type of extensions that have worked best for me have been tape-ins. Micro beads fall out and the nano beads break my personal hair, although Anna says it doesn't break hers. Clip-ins I find work best for me, because I just find that curly hair just damages a lot easier, and I would rather keep my hair healthy than breaking it, quite honestly. Now, the next priority that Anna goes into is your skin. Now, if you are new to this channel, you may not know that I go for skin treatments all of the time. All of the time. I have a whole playlist on it, and I'm someone that struggles with my skin. I did put a little bit of concealer on my neck, but if I get a breakout, it scars. If my elbows get dry, they get dark. So this is just something with my skin color and my skin tone. I can't get around that. However, incorporating proper skincare has been something that has got my skin so much better and not as many breakouts. Microdermabrasion has done wonders for me, and I actually triple cleanse. So Anna recommends double cleansing, but for me personally, I have more oily skin, and when I wear a face of makeup, I find it's almost like a car wash. Like the first cleanse gets off my makeup, and then the second cleanse, it, you know, kind of gives me a clean slate, and then the third cleanse is really getting deep down and into the pores. So I actually triple cleanse, and I go for lots of regular treatments, which if you subscribe to this channel, you will see tons of videos where you will see who I go and get my treatments by and what we have been doing. Now, the next priority that Anna goes into is teeth. I just had my teeth done. I had Invisalign almost 2 years ago now. So in August, it will be 2 years ago that I had Invisalign. And when I look back at some of the footage from before I had my Invisalign, I was like, I can't believe my teeth were so bad and I let it go that far. And it's funny because when I bring this up with my husband, he's like, I didn't ever think that they were that bad, but they were quite bad. So basically my mouth was too narrow and my tongue was pushing against my teeth. So this tooth and the bottom tooth was just being pushed forward and then going above my front, like my right front tooth, if that makes sense. So it was just protruding out. So I had the amazing opportunity to collaborate with a local dental clinic here, and I had Invisalign, and now seeing my teeth are pretty even. I haven't had to have any capping or anything like that. I cannot believe it took me as long as it did to rectify that. Now, obviously I know a little bit of what took me so long to get my teeth done. It is the price of it, you know? It's not cheap to get your teeth done. I obviously had the amazing opportunity to get my teeth done as a part of my job. I collaborated with the dental clinic that I went to. But if I'm being completely honest, if I look back at my spending history over the course of my life where my teeth were twisted, I definitely could have put some money aside to have that rectified. I just don't think I saw my teeth as bad as what they were. And furthermore, I don't think that I prioritized it. It's as simple as that. So yeah, I definitely could have got it done a lot sooner if I was serious about it and took it as a priority. Now, the next thing that Anna ends up speaking to is nails, and she basically goes into what is more elegant, what is less elegant, and what is just plain tacky. Now, she basically says how colors like this is not going to be very elegant because it is very unnatural, whereas she talks about how maybe French tips and certain styles of French tips are more elegant, and then maybe classic reds are a little bit more elegant. For me personally, I'm working with the brand, so I'm putting together a little bit of a lookbook. However, this, first and foremost, I cannot stand the color pink. Pink is not for me at all, but I'm going out to do some filming right after this video, so I pink on because I'm filming a little bit of a lookbook. Now, I completely agree with her. In regards to what styles and what colors, well, let's just talk about the shape. I do completely agree with her about how some certain nail shapes are more elegant than others. Some of the colors that I feel like she says is more elegant, I think maybe she forgets a little bit that like different colors are gonna come across in different ways on different skin tones. So she basically gave like 3 different colorways. You know, a classic red, maybe a deeper red, and then a French tip. That is the most classic. However, I do think that, you know, maybe someone of a darker skin tone can get away with a few other deeper colors than maybe somebody of a lighter skin tone. Furthermore, I think if you just want to stick by the rule of if it looks like an artificial color, it's probably not the most elegant. Furthermore, you can find this bright of pink in nature. So it is kind of a natural color if you do think about it. I'm not an advocate for this color because I personally don't even like this color. It's just because I'm shooting this lookbook. But yeah, that's just something to take on board in this part of the video lessons. Now, the next thing that Anna speaks to is makeup. And the best way I can describe this part of the lesson, and it's something I've spoken to tons of times recently in different videos on this channel. I know I definitely spoke to it in the video where I show you how I've been doing my makeup recently, is just kind of staying away from Instagram makeup. And it's interesting because you can see certain girls on Instagram and they've got hundreds of thousands of followers, and you would think, okay, well, society is telling us that this is the type of makeup that people like and people think is beautiful, and I don't agree. I think, like, I'll just give you an example. For me in my job, there's a lot of girls that, you know, are blowing up as content creators and influencers, and they're posting every fashion trend, and they're posting, you know, their beauty treatments that they're getting, and their makeup is so heavily contoured. And sometimes I'm like, is this what everybody likes? Like, should I be more like this? But I can't get behind it. I can't be an advocate for it, because for me personally, I think when you see these people that have their makeup like this, or they are styled like this in real life, it's just too much. It's way too much. So for me personally, I know that people may look at my makeup and you might like it. I know some people don't like it, and maybe in real life they think that I could do a little bit more with my makeup. But for me personally, I don't want it to look like you can like scrape away my makeup. That's not classy to me in the slightest. So I stick to more natural, at least not natural to me, and that's what Anna advocates for. Now, there was a whole fashion section of this part of the course, which I'm not even touching on today. I will just say something small, but in regards to what I was just talking about with fashion and trends, like there is a way that you can be a you know, classy, flamboyant person and be a little bit more loud and a little bit more unique with your fashion in a classy way. But for me personally, I definitely find that I do not gravitate towards that as much. I think that for me personally, I have quite a loud personality. I have quite a bold personality. So if I had loud makeup and loud hair and loud scent and loud, like, you know, parts of my grooming routine, I think I just as a whole would be too much. So that is something that Anna touched on, and she said sometimes we have to look at our personality and then factor in our personality to how we groom ourselves and how we dress ourselves. And I completely agree with that, because we all know someone where we're just like, ooh, they're too much, and I don't want to be that person. Now, moving into some of the last grooming techniques and areas of concern Anna speaks to, let's talk about eyebrows. I have a video here on YouTube where I show you all how I wax my eyebrows at home. Now, again, I've been trained for this. However, I definitely don't have an eyebrow arch as strong as I do in that video. I definitely learned over the last few years that I don't want to look surprised. all the time. I don't think it looks very classy, but the technique is still the same. Furthermore, I think that groomed brows look really nice, but there's a fine line to walk between having a brow that looks too sculpted and a brow that's too bushy. I know bushy brows are very much on trend right now, and I think there's something nice about brow lamination that like gets the hairs all going a certain way, but I personally don't think it looks very elegant when they're just like brushed all the way up and very bushy. That's not for me. Furthermore, Anna goes in quite deep on microblading and brow tattoos and how to shade your brows, etc. Now, for me personally, I have had my brows microbladed 3 times. The girl that did them last did the most amazing job, and she incorporated traditional microblading and powder brows. Now, powder brows is where it's faded in at this first little bit, and then it gets a little bit bolder. And when you get powder brows and microblading at the same time, you are going to get the most natural effect because you're getting those strokes, but you're also getting the natural fade in the beginning of the brow. I personally will be going for a touch-up as soon as things open up again. I have had to fill in my brows a little bit, but it's pretty standard for microblading to go for a touch-up once a year, but I absolutely love my microblading. Furthermore, Anna goes into how you should line up your brows. This is probably the most common mistake that I see with people. They start their brows way too close together, and yeah, it doesn't look very elegant. So you can go get professional help when it comes to your eyebrows. However, just caution, because not everybody that is doing brows has been properly trained. So if you're in North America and you're watching this, like the girls in rural Norman literally have no training. Like the girls, if you go into like chatters and stuff, usually have no training. And I find personally the more training that I have had to go through in regards to brows and just brows has been what has been helpful for me to do brows properly. And I just think in-house training doesn't necessarily give you like a full comprehensive skill, and I just think be aware of that when you go to see professionals, that sometimes just because someone works somewhere doesn't necessarily classify them as a professional. And I think we live in a day and age with Instagram where a lot of people who do treatments in the beauty industry, you can head to their Instagram and kind of vouch for their skill level. Now, the next thing that Anna speaks to is getting eyelash extensions. Now, she put this at the bottom of the list, and I completely agree. Eyelash extensions are not something that you absolutely need in order to look more leveled up and more like an elite woman. It's definitely, I look at it as like the cherry on top of the cake. If you had a cake and it had no icing and it was dry and it was, you know, gross, you wouldn't be that kind to like be like yum, you know? So for me, eyelash extensions, they can make you look very leveled up. However, they are not where you start in your beauty routine. For me personally, I typically get Russian volume when I do get lashes, and then I alternate between getting single lashes and then getting Russian volume. So one fill I'll do a Russian volume, the next fill I'll do single, and then I have hybrid lashes. For me personally, I find lashes that are really long. Quite honestly, speaking truthfully, my lash tech won't even put long lashes on me because she just knows that it will wreck my lashes. So she does not even do that, and I love that. Nor am I somebody that really wants eyelash extensions that looks like I'm gonna take flight. I do find that that is more of a North American look than a European look, quite honestly, or a British look, but there's still obviously people that, you know, want them really long, and I don't think it looks very classy. But I also feel like a lot of the girls that are getting them really long aren't really concerned about looking classy. So it's a win-win for them, I guess. Portion of this part of the program, Anna goes into certain treatments that she's had and maybe treatments that she might be interested in. So I'm not here to tell you about what she's had and what she hasn't had. I think she's been very public about what she's had and what she hasn't had. But I'll tell you about what I have had in the past and maybe some of the things that I'm interested in getting in future. So for me personally, I have had Botox, I have had filler, I have had my brows microbladed, and I think that's it. Oh, I've had my teeth done. I had Invisalign, and oh, I've had Profilo. All of the things that I've had done, if you just scroll through my channel, I did document it. Now, all of my filler is out, all of my Botox is out, and there's a few things that I would like to get treatment-wise. So I would like to get my Botox because I do have a Wi-Fi symbol that is quite strong coming through. I would like to get my lips done again. I personally love the shape of my lips. I just wish they looked a little bit more plump. I would like to get my cheeks done. However, I will not be touching anything in my cheek area until I lose a little bit of weight. I find that when people get filler in their face when they have on some weight, I don't know how else to say this, but their face just looks so swollen. And yeah, I don't think I can give you the example of what I think think it looks like in an elegant way, so I'm just gonna refrain from that. But I just don't think it looks very nice. So for me personally, I have put on a lot of weight during this pandemic, and I just don't think that it is going to look very good to get my cheeks done. I would like to get some, well, I am probably gonna get cool sculpting on my chin area in the next few weeks, and I'm curious to see how that looks. If that looks good, then I wouldn't really look at getting any filler in my jaw. Some people who get filler in their jaw, it just looks terrible. Some people, it looks amazing. And Anna touched on this in the program, but she's obviously an advocate for cosmetic treatment. I am myself. I think that when you get treatments done in a certain elegant way, aka not too much, it can look amazing. And I've had quite a few people in my life where I've looked at them and been like, oh my gosh, I love the way that you look, and had no clue that they got filler. And it was because they got the appropriate amount. And I think there's nothing wrong with filler. It's just if you overdo it, there's a problem. I personally am going to be looking at getting some cool sculpting done soon. Again, I would like to lose some weight first. And I'm kind of torn because my husband and I are hopefully going to grow our family sometime soon. And do you get a treatment like that and then know that you're trying to get pregnant? It doesn't seem very, it seemed very counterproductive, right? So that's why I am going to be looking at the cool sculpting in my chin area as opposed to other areas. However, then I would be looking at getting some sculpting done. One of my clients works at a medical, owns a medical aesthetic clinic, so I'm quite privileged in that way. I get to try some of the things in clinic, so I'm kind of excited for that part of my journey next. But I just am kind of weighing my pros and cons in, is this a smart thing to do now before I have kids, or should I wait? Anyways, my friends, that is it for this video. I think this is going to be the longest one yet, so if you made it to the end, I would love commented and let me know that you made it to the end. And if you haven't subscribed, I would be so honored if you did. Thank you so much for watching. Next week is week 5, and then I think one more week, and then it's like the bonus modules and stuff, and then we'll be done and I'll give a full review. But thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.